Welcome to another edition of Coffee with the Curator. Nell's not with us today, and we missed that. And right off the bat, I'm going to go ahead and mention to like us on Facebook, come see us. We could use donations. It's how we keep this place running, and everything that's done by you folks out there helps us a lot. Today's going to be a little bit different. We're not going to be long. And humor in uniform, many things that happen in the war might not be absolutely funny, but they're interesting, and it's not exactly all combat. And I'm going to do a couple of things on the Civil War and maybe some World War I. During the Civil War, there was a Confederate cavalry general by the name of Nathan Bedford Forrest. And Memphis, Tennessee was occupied by Union troops. Well, they found out where the top general of the Union Army was in the Memphis area. So they pulled a raid, and the purpose of the raid was to capture that gentleman. He wasn't home. He was living in a hotel in Memphis and had stepped out that evening with a local lady. He did this a lot from what we understand. So in the process of the raid and finding out he wasn't there, Forrest's brother captured the general's dress uniform. So they ride out of Memphis in a hurry because it is occupied by Union troops. And it's sort of like this. Forrest looks, what do you have there? Well, I got the general's uniform. Oh man, we didn't need to do that. We needed him better. So they kept the uniform for a little bit and then had it returned to him across the lines. The Union general was so grateful to get his uniform returned that he hunted up Forrest Taylor, that was also in Memphis, and had a Confederate uniform made for Nathan Bedford Forrest. So it worked out well for both of those gentlemen. They had a lot of respect for each other in those times, especially the generals, because a lot of them had served together in the Union Army before the Civil War. And another one was General Hill, A.P. Hill, and he was at the Battle of Petersburg. It was under siege. Well, A.P. Hill's wife had a baby, and that was his first son. And I believe it was General Reynolds, the Union Army, got word that his enemy, A.P. Hill, used to be friends before the war, now had a son. So he sent a sterling silver tea set across the lines to celebrate the birth of A.P. Hill's son. So a lot of things happened like that, and there was a battle, I believe, in Tennessee, where a Confederate soldier shot a Union soldier. Went over there to check on him. He wasn't dead, and lo and behold, it was his brother. He had just shot his brother. So he's tending to him and reloading because the Union troops in the area saw another Yankee, came up ready to fire, and the wounded soldier said, "Don't shoot over there, that's Paul." So he had just shot his brother and he was about to shoot his father. Not exactly humorous, but there are a number of occurrences that we'll probably highlight later. I've got one in particular I want to show on World War I. Censorship. You had to be very careful about what you wrote home, because if the enemy got a hold of the letter, there could be information in there that would be a compromise to security for our forces. Now this that I'm about to read, and I'm going to have to read the whole thing, was published September 14th, 1918 in Saturday Evening Post, and is titled "The Annals of Censorship, Letters from the Front." American soldiers were warned not to put other soldiers at risk by including details of their surroundings in their letters home. That inspired one doughboy to pen the sarcastic message to his mom. "Dear Mom, I don't want to get into trouble with a censor, so I shall merely tell you that I am well and I am here. I was there. I am now here. To get from there to here, I proceeded along a route of which I may not speak, and in a direction of which I may not speak, and by a means of transportation which it is perhaps better not to mention. I may, however, go so far as to say that at certain stages of our progress, we proceeded by putting one foot in front of the other, raising it, and then repeating the process with the other foot. This part of the country seems to consist of earth underfoot and the sky overhead. There are trees, which I may say have green leaves, and at certain times of the day the sun casts a shadow. We are all doing fine. We are all hard-boiled, including the chaplain, who is our censor. So his name was Alex, signed it with love, Alec. So I doubt that he had any trouble getting that letter to the censor, but I don't think the military would appreciate the way he did it. We will be doing a few more of these in the future. We've got some good World War II ones and into Vietnam. And hopefully some of the people that grace the doors of this building have some tales from Iraq and Afghanistan, because we'd love to throw some humor in on these. Without Nell here to help us along on this video, just kind of winging it today. So I'll bring it to a close. Holly's got a lot of things to do at her desk, and they're more important than holding the camera looking at me. I'm sure you folks at home feel the same about looking at me. So thank you anyway for coming. Come by and see us, and if you have a good story, let us know. We'd really appreciate it. Thank you very much for attending.